I'm Athénaïs Georges. I'm actually at the secretariat of the European Water Movement since a few years now, and I got to know about it when I was working in Germany for a small environmental organization, which is called the Grüne Liga, so the Green League actually. So at this time I was working on German issues, but since then I started to work on the European level. So I wouldn't say I have like a specific struggle to highlight on the ground, but what we have seen in the past months, especially since the new US government, is that the cards are a bit reshuffled. So we hear a lot about competitiveness, strategic autonomy, sovereignty, etc. And we could primarily think that it's kind of coordinating with human rights defense and democracy and the rule of law. Unfortunately, with the rise of disinformation, especially around environmental and social safeguards, for example, we really see that at the European level there's a diminution of the ambitions when it comes to protecting people and life at large. For water, it has become a really trendy topic, but I think it's mainly because as there's increasing water scarcity and issues around water, we can see that there are more and more private interests focusing on water. So we are shifting from, let's say, a human right and environmental approach to water to more of like a business and corporate approach, which is actually a threat for the human right to water. So yeah, we are really concerned to see that now, even at the European level, like with the Green Deal, which started during the last mandate, and the first program for the environment, like nearly 40 years ago now, actually, I think this is one of the most frightening moments for Europe because now it's a question of competitiveness and we should cut red tape, so administrative and financial burden for industry to be able to develop their activities. But it's really contradictory because how do you ensure competitiveness, strategic autonomy and food sovereignty when the nature is degraded, when people are sick, when jobs are falling apart and public services as well. So there's all in all, it's a wide issue that we also see at the international level, and we are also concerned about the fact that the European Union is not really leading the way for more protection, but actually starting to dismantling our own legislation. First of all, the way the movement was created is very interesting because it emerged after the Right to Water citizen initiative at the European level, where I think a lot of different stakeholders and actors from civil society, either be workers, environmentalists, academia, a lot of different people, they understood we have an issue managing water. Water is overlooked. We don't give it as much importance as other things. So it was already a big success that we could gather so much signatures. It's actually the first citizen initiative which gathered so much signatures on the European level. And it led to the revision of the Drinking Water Directive and to put on the radar of the Commission that, we still formally don't have a human right to water in the EU. And it's been 10 years ago, even more now. And what's a bit frustrating, though, is that we still don't have a human right to water in the EU, formally recognized, even though the UN did already more than 10 years ago as well. But anyways, what's interesting is that we all have different contexts and, either be from social, political, environmental, cultural point of views. And it's really nice to see that we can gather and organize and join forces to defend life against, big corporation, against the appetite of a few to always get more and to always, extract and exploit. Such a meeting as in Girona this weekend is very comforting because we can exchange and it's not just a reaction work, it's also like sharing experiences, but also go beyond and really conceptualize and see where we need to do better and more and Yeah. I would say because there's so much crisis popping up a bit everywhere, you know, like, I mean, on the geopolitical level, but also the fact that our global health is not getting better, and there's also, you know, like all these aggressions a bit worldwide. I mean, Russia, Ukraine, you know, like the greedy interest also, etc. We are already busy on the ground, which makes it really difficult sometimes to coordinate properly because we have to take care of what's happening on the ground. And I think mainly, like beyond this, is that the narrative, the idea, you know, like of we should take care of each other, we should, you know, like the idea we have of progress and democracy, human rights, justice, science even, you know, like nowadays science is an opinion, it's not science anymore. So we really face, I would say, kind of an intellectual backlash, which is actually supported by a lot of politicians because, I mean, they are interested by their career and they're small financial interest maybe, so we can really see that like the erosion of kind of common ethics and, you know, a shared vision how to actually address the issues of the future and the one we have now.